And we are recording. First of all, thanks to everyone who is watching this, the beginning of the Ravenhawk campaign. It's going to start in the setting of Greyhawk, but then it's going to move to Ravenloft. With us, we have Mr. We have Eli and Big Bad RPG. So, Mr., tell us about your character, a brief description.
So Dwaigalad is his elven name. Dwight is what he's called in common, and he is a druid, and he is primarily a archery guy. He uses a short bow. He's 6'3". He has deep brown hair, light tan skin. He's wearing leather armor, which you cannot see because he has a large gray robe over top of it. Um, the left sleeve on the robe is actually cut off, and on his forearm, he has a buckler with a solid leather forearm sleeve as a protector against the bowstring when he does his archery. He has his bow across his shoulder, and along with his quiver, and he has a scimitar on his side as well. Um, that's pretty um, muted in colors. It's a bone handle. It's an elk bone handle that is shaped and very natural looking, with a oak sheath to it so that it can blend in really easily. And he's carrying a walking stick. And behind him are two mastiffs. One is a calico colored mastiff, and one is a nearly solid black mastiff with a bit of a blue tint to the coat. And they're carrying a handcart that they're attached to. And there's two blankets covering a bunch of stuff in the wagon. Can't see what's in there, but in the handcart there's a bunch of stuff. And that's the appearance of my character as he walks down the street.
Awesome. Now, Eli, tell us about Marcus.
Marcus is 5'10". Has a slender build. He's not very strong, but he's very agile. Uh, he wears studded leather armor, so he's dressed in dark colors, black and brown, with a short sword, and that's it. Yeah, long hair with a black shoulder length hair and a full beard.
Okay. Now,
No
Big Bad
face.
RPG, tell us about Jace.
Jace is a cleric of Pelor. He's on a mission to destroy evil, struggling to find peace. He's carrying an elmbach as he walks down the street, asking for money for the poor.
Okay, that's great. And now it begins. You are currently spending an uneventful evening at the Tavern of the Thoughtful Dragon in the city of Pitchfield within the kingdom of Sundi, a very young kingdom, only 3 years old when compared to the other kingdoms. It is just getting started. The streets outside are glistening with the moisture of recent rains. The tavern is half full, and you are enjoying your drink and your food as the noise continues.
Who would like a drink tonight? It is on me.
I'm always drinking if you're buying.
Sure, a mead, as always.
I enlarge the elm box and money pours out for the drinks for my companions here. Drink as you will.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, Dwight.
You are suddenly interrupted. The noise dies down, and there is a figure at the entrance of the tavern. He is a man dressed in colorful clothes, reds, whites, yellows. He has a red, white brimmed hat. He has a large and pointy nose, big mustache, and he is looking around. He spots you, nods at you, and starts to walk in your direction.
Do I recognize him?
I tapped Dwight on the shoulder.
The gods hear your question, but they cannot answer.
I tapped Dwight on the shoulder and give him a little bit of guidance, so that may he perceive who it might be.
I'm going to kind of lean back to kind of shroud myself a little bit in case he recognizes me, and I don't want to be recognized by him.
I rolled a nat 20, but I don't know what for or what to apply to it.
No one seems to recognize him. The man approaches your table, stands before you, and says, "You are those adventurers, are you not? The ones that have been defeating bandits." He speaks with truth. You have been defeating bandits. You have been successfully guarding and escorting people.
Perhaps, perhaps I slide the elm box to him.
Then he says, "You may call me Ari," and he deposits a gold coin in your box.
Thank you.
He continues, "My master has a proposition for you all. Would you care to listen to me?"
Of course. Would you like a drink as you speak?
"No, thank you, my friend. My master is Kolyan Indirovich. He is the burgomaster of Barovia. I have been tasked with showing you this letter." The man pulls out a white envelope with a red wax seal. The seal displays the image of a draconic-looking raven in front of a shield. You have never seen such a seal before. The man continues, "Can I read the letter to you?"
Of course.
Please do.
Of course.
He opens up the envelope and begins. "Hail to you of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to you. We plead for your so desperately needed assistance. My beloved daughter, Irina Kolyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to you. If you would be so kind as to answer my desperate plea, come quickly, for her time is at hand. Signed, Kolyan Indirovich, Burgomaster of Barovia." He finishes as he places the envelope on the table. "You will need to take that with you in order to identify yourselves."
I'll take the envelope and put it inside my robe for safekeeping.
As I was saying, if you wish to reach Barovia, it is very easy. Just take the west road from here, near the Rearwood. Just south of it, you will encounter another road. Keep going west, following that road, and you will reach Barovia in about 5 hours of march or so.
This sounds excellent, you guys. Work is drying up here. It's time to move on.
I agree.
I agree.
We will accept.
I must warn you to travel during the day. Those areas are dangerous at night. Now, I must retire. Have a good night."
Good night.
You have a great night as well.
May Paylor guide you.
"Thank you." He walks to the tavern master, deposits a huge bag, a sack, making a lot of noise. It is obviously full with gold pieces. And he says, "The drinks are on me for everyone. And you see that group over there, those 3 adventurers. Give them the best breakfast available in the morning. And he walks out of the tavern.
Appreciate it, sir.
Excellent.
That was impeccable timing. We were out of work.
Great timing. Couldn't be better. I had a dream.
I look outside and see what time of day it is.
It is about 10 p.m.
It's
So
just
no
time to
shops
drink.
are open yet, or anymore. Okay.
It's time to drink and plan for our mission.
Yeah. I'm mostly ready to go to bed at this time. It's already 10 o'clock.
Are you ready to sleep, Marcus?
I
Should we
think
rest?
I'll finish my mead and then I'll head up to
Yes.
bed.
Yeah.
Give him a little cheer.
And since somebody else is paying, I'm going to have a nice glass of elven wine before I go to bed as my nightcap.
I think I will peruse the tavern just to see if I hear any whispers of anything interesting in the town going on.
As Jace pays attention, he hears nothing of interest except a couple of people that were exiting the tavern, and they say they had never heard about Barovia.
Barovia. I've never been there. I'll go back to the bar and tell Marcus and Dwight. Have you ever heard of this Barovia before?
I can't say I have.
We didn't get a direction from him either.
Yes, I believe he said, it's in the note, but in the letter, I think he said south and then west. We'll get there in about 5 hours.
Marcus took directions, I believe.
Okay.
You all remember that you need to follow the road to the west, near the Rio.
Okay.
And so the evening proceeds, and you wake up the next day, ready to take on the quest at hand.
Before I leave town, I want to get a bag of dried fruit of some kind, if I could.
Jace suddenly sees Dwight speaking to no one in the streets.
Dwight, you must stop talking to the spirits that I'm supposed to talk to. That is my...
I'm looking through the marketplace. I'm trying to find one of these shopkeepers open, and I don't see one yet.
Sure, there'll be one open, I'm sure.
I keep walking around looking for an open shop.
I will follow him.
I'm back at the inn enjoying
You
my
managed to
breakfast.
find one.
I go in and I start speaking with the shopkeeper. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Do you have any dried fruits available?
Yes, we have dried apples.
Sweet. Could I get a pound of dried apples?
Oh, we don't have that much, sir. Half a pound, perhaps.
Okay. Here's a gold piece.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
And I take the half pound of dried apples.
Would you care to donate to the poor, sir? Talking to the tavern keep there.
Oh, I think I'm pretty poor myself. Sorry, man.
Aren't we all? But we're blessed by Paylor. Then I'll turn around and leave with Dwight.
You continue your path, following the directions given by Arvi. As you follow the road, you easily spot the second road that he mentioned, and you go on your way. As you proceed, you notice that the mists around you become slightly thicker than usual. Suddenly, you see this silhouette, perhaps of a snake, formed from the mist, but then it's gone. It could have been your imagination just to the side, near to some trees.
What could have been? Is Marcus here with us? I have not seen him.
Yeah, I'm here. I can.
There you are.
I'll,
Must have lost you in the mist for a moment.
I'm gonna walk. Hold on. Let me go check it out, guys. I'm gonna walk over there. I'll carefully and stealthily make my way to where I saw that snake.
I'll
See if it
follow
was just my
closely behind
eyes
him.
playing tricks on me.
I remain at
You
the
s-
road with my.
Jace, perhaps you should stay behind. I'm gonna try to push this stealthily.
Okay, I will give him a guidance though.
As
Thanks,
Dwight
McGannon.
stays behind, Marcus and Jace investigate, and they find nothing.
I guess it was my eyes just playing tricks on me.
We should hurry back to the road then.
Yeah, agreed.
As you continue, about 2 hours of journey, you spot a huge. No, they are two huge walls extending from north to south, covering almost the entire forested area. Between those walls lies a set of huge gates. The entire structure is so big, it could probably cover an entire castle, perhaps 6 or 7 stories high, and the gates are closed. This structure is just 50 feet ahead of you.
I approach it cautiously.
That's very unsettling.
Indeed.
We should have saw this. It's the size of the wall. We should have saw it a while ago.
Should we try to enter? Should we pass it by?
I mean, this is the directions we were given. It was very particular and direct with his where he told us to go. So I think we should.
Okay.
As you approach the gates, it seems almost impossible for you to open them. They seem to be made for giants, but they start to open on their own with a noise that betrays that those gates have not been properly maintained. And as you are pushed slightly by the gates, they are wide open for you to move through them.
This is
I'm going
eerie.
I'm going to look to the sides to see if there's anyone operating these gates um, or if there's magic or something, just to observe them. See if I can get a sense of what opened these gates.
As Marcus speaks to Jace, he finds nothing of the sort.
I don't see anything here either. I do not see any dwarvish script or giant doors. We just must press forward.
I want to look at the archway of the door and see if I recognize anything.
As Dwight talks to Jace, he pays close attention, but there is no recognition whatsoever about anything. However, Dwight, roll wisdom perception. Go ahead and roll, Dwight. Wisdom perception roll. Check. What is your result, Dwight?
It is 16 plus 2, so 18.
Dwight hears the sound of wolves in the distance, but they are much larger. Dwight is sure of it. Perhaps dire wolves from the north.
Did you hear anything, Dwight?
I draw my bow. I heard what sounds like wolves on their way towards us. I notch a arrow and look in the direction of the sound, keeping my eyes peeled for any movement of any kind.
I draw my shield in preparation. Marcus, at the ready.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. It's probably far away, but let me draw my sword.
You never know. This is a new area.
It's better to
Suddenly,
be safe
it's
than
all
sorry.
it's all too quiet. Dwight, roll intelligence nature.
16 plus 3 is 19.
You remember that dire wolves are a big threat. Perhaps they are too much for you to handle at the moment.
Let's hurry past this gate and see if we can get the doors to close behind us.
And so we shall. I hurry through the gate.
I begin
easily
walking
move.
faster.
You easily move through the gate, and as soon as you have crossed it, the gates slam shut completely.
What was that? They closed by themselves.
Unsettling, I tell you. This whole place is making me feel uneasy.
Me as well. I take a very good look around now that we're on the other side of the gate to see what I can perceive.
Dwight notices that the mists have become thicker. And before you remember seeing that silhouette of a misty snake, now there are all sorts of shapes. Sometimes you see faces, sometimes perhaps someone walking around. You are not sure. Perhaps your senses are playing tricks on you. It is difficult to tell.
Does anybody see anything? Should we just go forward?
I say we press on.
Press on.
Sooner-
I unnotch my arrow and I put my bow back on my shoulder and the arrow in the quiver, and I proceed forward cautiously.
I follow
As
with
you
my shield
continue,
out.
as you continue, you are able to see these figures, these strange shapes that manifest themselves in the mists, but they seem to be harmless so far. But you all three perceive the smell of rotting meat, of corpses.
What is that?
Oh, it smells bad.
That's the smell of death for certain.
Ugh. This is not pleasant at all.
Let's walk quicker, please.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should travel a bit quicker, yes.
Dwight has actually identified the source of the smell. It is just perhaps 15 feet south of the road you are moving through.
I let them know that the source of the smell is here, so the smell should start diminishing as we pass this area.
Ugh. I hold my nose as we pass. Ugh.
Perfect, Dwight. Let's speed up, everyone, please.
Yes.
Oh, this is pretty bad.
As you continue, the trees around you suddenly give way to an open valley. The mists clear a bit. The mists are no longer as close as before, but they are still around the periphery, almost threateningly so. And in the faraway distance, you manage to spot what seems to be a village. And you spot a signpost just to your left, pointing in that direction, and it reads, "The village of Barovia."
Well, looks like it's this way, boys.
Excellent. Put my shield back on my back.
Proceed on to the village with haste.
As you continue, it is clear that this village is not exactly a cheerful place. The buildings are quite tall, but they are gray, dark. They almost look like giant tombstones. As you step into the village, you can't help but notice that the mists around you are getting a bit closer. You spot a cross section of the roads, of the streets in the village, and you see a pair of children at the center of that cross section. It seems to be, yes, a girl of about 10 years of age and a small boy of perhaps 7 years old. The boy is crying and the girl is trying to comfort him.
I wonder
I'll
where
walk- I begin to approach the children. I walk over there and I kneel down to them. What's wrong?
The girl looks at you, and from this distance, Marcus can appreciate that they are dressed in elegant clothes, in purples and blues. The girl looks at you with sad eyes, almost holding back tears, and she says, there is a monster in our house.
a monster. I approach now, hearing it very distantly.
Did you tell your parents it's a monster? What did you say anything?
Our parents are trying to keep it locked away in the basement. It's that house over there. She points to the north. About 2 houses at a distance, you see a large 4-story house.
Are your parents home with this monster?
We don't know. We just went out of there as fast as we could. And then the small boy says, tell them about, and she's, our baby brother is inside there too.
We should handle this
I
like
have a very important task for you two. Can you look after my puppies while I go check out your house?
Yes, certainly.
Okay. I grab 2 lanterns from the back of my hand cart and light them both. I give one to the kids and say, stay with my puppies. They'll keep you safe. And then we proceed to the building and go in with 1 lantern that is lit.
What is your name, young girl? I'm
My
Marcus.
name is Rose.
Rose.
And the little boy chirps in. And I am Thorn. Thorn.
Beautiful names. Beautiful names.
They smile.
Before we approach this house of theirs, I will cast light on our puppies guarding our apples.
Guarding the children mostly.
Before you stands this 4-story house. It looks quite elegant. On the north side of the house, you are facing the east, and just in the north section of that east wall, you see a portico with a closed iron gate. To the side, there are 2 windows, and on each story, there are a set of 3 windows, except the 4th floor. It only has 2 windows. There are metal spikes at the top of the house on the roof, and there are 2 chimneys, one on each side of the house.
Okay. Well, it's now or never, fellas. I proceed forward and I open up the main door, or at least attempt to.
It is unlocked and you easily open it. Before you, you see a set of wooden double doors, quite elegant, well polished, and flanking them, hanging from the ceiling, are 2 oil lamps. They are unlit. They are hanging from chains.
You guys want your own lanterns as well?
That is okay. I am guided by the light of Pelor.
I'll stick with mine. We proceed past the new set of double doors.
You open them, and an unlit room is revealed. This room is 10 feet wide from north to south and 15 feet deep from west to east. There is an unlit oil lamp in the west wall, now in the north wall. In the south wall, there is a shield mounted. Flanking that shield are two portraits of stony-faced aristocrats. The shield has an emblem of a golden windmill standing in a crimson field. At the end of this hallway or foyer, there is another set of wooden doors, but these doors have stained glass windows showing images of flowers and vines.
I will approach this shield. This
You
looks
see that it
much better
is
than mine. Much better.
an average looking shield, but it is a prop shield.
Today is not a blessed day, but there is always tomorrow. I throw the shield down.
It sounds a clank.
Clink.
I light the lantern on the north wall and secure it in a place where it's not going to burn down the building, but it will keep this room illuminated.
You all notice that there is no light coming from underneath the set of double doors on the east, so that room is probably in complete darkness.
I proceed to that door and check the handle.
Follow the man with the lantern.
The set of double doors open up quite easily. You now find a grand hall. It is 30 feet wide from north to south and 15 feet deep from west to east. At the center of the north wall, there is a black marble fireplace. There is a portrait hanging from it, displaying an image of a forest. Just in front of you, in the east wall, there are two doors leading to the east, one to the side of the other. To your right, on the west wall, immediately 5 feet to your right, there is a wooden door that leads to the west. Just 5 feet south from that door, there is a huge regal staircase made of red marble going upwards in a spiral. In front of that base of the stair, just 15 feet ahead, there is a small hallway, and there is a door leading eastwards from that hallway, and another door within that hallway leading south.
Lots of doors. Big room.
I think we should check the door by the stairs. Perhaps we can find the stairs that lead down. She said the monster's in the basement.
Yes.
Indeed.
I'd rather not stay in this house too long. Last time I was in someone's house, it didn't turn out well for me.
I agree with this.
As you approach this door, you notice that the entire room is covered in elegant wooden panels displaying images of trees, flowers, even some dryads, satyrs. The floors are quite polished. They are wooden floors. And the door to the west seems to be slightly open.
Give it a turn.
You open it easily. This room seems to be a hunter's lounge. It is 20 by 20 feet in size. Near the north wall, there is a cabinet. There is another cabinet near the east wall. And spread around the room are 3 stuffed wolves. In the northwest section, there is a silver chandelier placed above a circular table with 4 chairs surrounding it. In the south, at the center of the south wall, you see another fireplace similar to the other one, with the mounted head of a game animal, a stag's head. There are 2 chairs in front of this fireplace, and between the chairs, there is a small table with some objects. One seems to be a wine bottle and 2 goblets, but you need to approach the table to make sure of those objects.
Excellent. Free drinks. I will approach.
We can have drinks later. Let's stick to the task at hand.
Agreed. I say we find the stairs to head down to the basement.
Let's go back to the west wall that had the door slightly ajar. Maybe that'll be a better door to
You
check.
notice that such a door was the one you opened.
Oh,
There's double doors. That way we can check those double doors.
yeah.
Looking
The-
from this door that you are standing in, you see that there are two doors leading to the east, one to the left, one to the right. And within a small hallway, there is a door leading east as well, and another door leading south.
Let's proceed and start opening up all these doors and just see what we can find. I'm going to proceed to the southernmost door and proceed through.
I will follow.
I
You
will begin.
open it.
Sorry. I'm going to open all the doors and just look. I'll approach the door closest to me, open it, and take a look to see if I see stairs leading down. And if I don't, I'll walk over to the next door and proceed to do that to each door.
As Marcus walks past the staircase that leads upwards, he opens the door closest to the north and spots a large dining room, but he's only peeking into it. He is not yet sure about the other details. When Dwight opens the south door, he notices it is a normal looking kitchen. It is about 15 feet wide from west to east, 10 feet deep from north to south. In the southwest section, there seems to be a dumbwaiter or an elevator to transport food to the upper floors. It is quite small. The kitchen looks quite average with tables, kitchen utensils. You see an oven in the southeast corner, but in the northeast section, right in the east wall, there is a thin wooden door leading east.
I'm going to open that eastward door and see what I see beyond it.
As Dwight communicates this to Jace, he opens it and finds a pantry. It is well stocked with salted meats and dried fruits and vegetables.
What kind of dried fruits can I find? I look through all the dried fruits and see which types of fruit I can find.
Mostly pears and apples, but as you approach them, they rot away immediately, and the meat starts to stink horribly.
Oh,
If
wow.
only I had but a more moment, I could have purified them.
I close the pantry door and continue back to the main room with the fireplace. And I proceed to follow Marcus and his quest to open up all of the doors from this main room and peer through all of them.
As Marcus takes a closer look at the dining hall, there is a large table in the middle of the room, rectangular table, almost taking up all of the space. This dining room is quite large. It is 20 feet wide from north to south and 15 feet deep from west to east. There is another fireplace located in the center of the north wall, and he notices that one of the other doors leads directly into this dining room. As Marcus opens the other door, he finds a closet with many cloaks hanging, black cloaks hanging from hooks, and there is a top hat set in a high shelf. This closet is quite small, 5 feet by 5 feet in size.
I enter the dining room to see if there's any more food, but I do not approach if I see it.
You don't find any food, but you see that there is a fine tablecloth placed over the table, and there are some silverware. They look quite valuable.
I will roll that up and put it into his sash.
The moment you touch the silverware, it rusts away.
What
It
is
looks
this?
worthless.
What is this place? Everything rots or rusts as we approach and touch it.
I feel like there's some sort of dark entity that is using illusion magic in this place to show it as it once was rather than how it is. Let's
I agree.
open more doors and see what else we can perceive.
We
You
will try a
immediately
few more
realize
doors.
that all of the doors in this first floor, ground floor, have been opened.
Where is this monster they speak of? Have we not found a
Yeah,
basement? of
there
sorts?
doesn't seem to be any way down except the dumbwaiter at this point. Let's go upstairs and see if we can find a more secret passage or a secondary passage to go downward.
We,
Do you
we-
think that's a good idea?
I checked this room. Did you check all the rooms in the first floor? The rest
I'm
of
going
it?
back to the elevator to see if I can fit through there. Can I fit into this? I wonder to myself.
Jace moves close to the dumbwaiter, and it is so small. Perhaps a gnome could fit in there, but with trouble. Perhaps if he were to suffer a bit of pain, but it is too small.
Cannot shrink myself. But I will take a candle, light it, and let it sink to the bottom of where it may sink to.
You notice that the dumbwaiter only leads upwards.
Interesting development. I turn around.
I mean, if there's stairs going down, they should be on the first floor, not the second floor. Perhaps. Hold on.
This is
Oh.
a
I'll look
I'm-
around to try to. I'll look around, looking for a window, so I can peer out of the window to see if I still see the children outside with the dogs.
Do you see the light I cast on them?
As you move to the west, which is the hunter's room, it has two windows. As you look through them, you notice that the children are gone, but Dwight's belongings and his animals are still close to the entrance. But you also notice that the mists have completely encircled the house. You cannot even see the rest of the village.
I try to exit the building.
I follow
You exit the
Jason
building
out
and-
the building.
As you both exit, it is precisely so. There is only a space of 10 feet ahead of you that it is not covered with mists. The mists are so thick, they look like an impenetrable wall. And you can still see those disturbing silhouettes, sometimes faces, claws, perhaps serpents. It is difficult to tell.
What is going on? I was
This-
afraid we were trapped in the house for a moment there.
I look around, seeing I'm by myself now. I'll walk outside to meet Dwight and Jace.
I look for the lantern that I gave to the children. Did they leave it behind or take it with them?
It is nowhere.
Do you think the puzzle, the secret to this, what could this secret be?
Well,
Should we? There must be something to this house.
let's check around the perimeter of the home.
See if we see a cellar door or something.
Exactly.
Perhaps
My
this-
exact thoughts.
It's a
If
good
the
idea.
if the children are gone, the monster is none of our concern.
As you move around the structure, you see almost the exact dimensions of this structure. It is 30 feet wide on north to south, and from west to east, it is 55 feet in total. But the mists enshroud everything. You can only walk 5 feet from the house without bumping into that wall of mist.
Bumping into a wall of mist?
It looks almost completely solid as Dwight wonders.
I continue to the mist and I see if I can penetrate through the mist or if it is truly a wall as it appears.
I stand at the entrance of the building, waiting for their return.
Dwight has managed to step 5 feet into the mist. Nothing seems to
Can I
happen
see
so
the
far.
house behind me still?
As Dwight wonders out loud, you suddenly take a level of exhaustion.
Jace, can you hear me?
Barely, I yell out to him.
Dwight feels as if this mist is draining his energy. He now has one level of exhaustion.
I proceed to where Jace is again.
Dwight
Are you
easily
okay?
finds his way towards Jace.
Did anything happen out there into the mist?
It just felt like I was running uphill. It's quite odd. As I was pushing through the mist, it was like running uphill.
Where's
just
Marcus?
tired.
Where's Marcus?
I'm back here. I'm just looking around the house. I don't see any cellar entrance. Just give me a moment.
Get back to the front and hurry. We shall be inside again before we all suffer this terrible fate of the mist.
Now Dwight truly feels the effect of the mist. He has disadvantage on all rolls.
We proceed inside.
It seems we're stuck here now.
Indeed, it seems so. This is a dangerous place.
There's some very unusual magic. I feel incredibly drained, as if I've ran and hauled water all day.
I believe I have something for you, but I will hold it for now. Let me know if you tire any further. We should proceed back into the house, perhaps upstairs this time.
Yeah.
We have no choice. We found no basement.
Marcus?
I'm going to take both of the lanterns at the entranceway, and I'm going to carry them with me. I'm not going to light them yet, but I am going to bring them with me deeper into the building so that we can illuminate as much of this building as possible.
As Dwight communicates that to his comrades, he does just that.
I believe the stairs were in the room with the black marble fireplace in the center. I didn't see any other stairs.
Yes, the red
See, we head
staircase.
What I do believe there was 2 of these black marble fireplaces, yes? Or did we find just one?
We found one in the kitchen and one in the grand ballroom.
You remember that there are 3 in total? 1 in this main hall, 1 in the dining hall, and 1 in the hunter's room.
Perhaps we should light these. Seems very out of place.
It'll certainly give more light to the building so that we can see better.
You notice that there are logs set, and it is very easy for you to light 3 fireplaces. Now, there is a certain warmth to the place. The 3 of you gain inspiration.
Okay.
I feel much better. That was a good idea, Jace. Thanks, Pelor, for me.
The question is, what is next?
I light one of the entrance lanterns, and I'm going to take this lantern and place it in the kitchen so that the kitchen has light as well. The more light, the better, I feel. So I'm going to place this lit lantern in the kitchen, and I'll be right back with you guys. And I proceed to take that action.
Dwight, roll wisdom perception. What
With
is,
or without disadvantage?
you still feel the effects with a disadvantage.
Okay, I rolled 13 plus 4 as my disadvantage perception check, which is a 17.
You suddenly spot a door, a hidden door in the northwest section of this kitchen.
Hey guys, I think I found something.
Excellent. I hustle.
This appears to be a door.
Was it here before? Was this door
It
here
wasn't
before?
here before, you
An
remember?
outline
It
of a
wasn't
door
there.
to me.
Perhaps I should take lead if you are feeling exhausted still.
I feel off. I feel odd. I'm not quite sure what it is,
I
but
will
I'm
remove
more than happy to let you take the lead.
my shield, equip it, and cast light onto it before trying to make my way through the door.
I will also take my bow and place it in my left hand and remove an arrow from my quiver and notch it and have it ready to draw as I proceed behind him.
I follow.
You suddenly notice, and Marcus arrives. As you open the door quite easily, its lights to the side. You find a room piled up with servants' clothes, and they are all stained in blood. Servants' clothes completely stained in blood.
What happened here?
It is a very small room, just 5 by 5 feet in size.
This looks like a slaughter.
Brutality. Do you see anything of value in here? Any?
Not even value, just information is what I'm looking for. I'm going to poke around and see what I can see. And just keep an eye out yourself.
It's a very small room.
It is. I have a 9 for my investigation as I look thoroughly around this room for any clue as to why these are soaked in blood and what may have happened here and how long ago it may have happened here.
Dwight, make an intelligence investigation roll with disadvantage.
I did, and that was my 9 result, a 6 plus
Okay.
3 with the disadvantage. The other roll was an 18, but it's disregarded.
You find nothing of the sort. Nothing whatsoever. Just the clothes. There's no corpse. Nothing noteworthy.
Anything interesting, Dwight?
Not that I've been able to find, but it's incredibly unsettling.
Perhaps I will investigate and start kicking clothes around the floor as well.
Make an intelligence investigation roll. Jace.
You rolled a 12 and a 19 as it
Yeah,
was.
I have an advantage.
Nice.
The total result is
Oh, I'm sorry, 21.
you are certain there isn't anything here.
There's nothing here but these bloody clothes. There must be more secret doors, though. If this...
Where there's one, there's probably more. Let's take our time in each room and examine the walls.
And so we
Let's-
shall.
Let's start at the entrance and proceed leftward in a large circle around the entire outer walls, and then spiral inward so that we don't miss anything.
Everyone make an intelligence investigation roll. Dwight still with disadvantage.
Seven.
Oh,
18.
much better.
Yes.
13.
You don't find anything else, but you do notice that in the wood panels in the main hall, there are some vermin, spiders, corpses hidden between the images. They seem to be aesthetic in purpose, but it is obviously the work of someone who wanted to disguise ugliness between these images of nature.
I say we check the second floor. We've checked this first floor, I think, pretty thoroughly.
Yeah.
Perhaps this mist has cleared. Once again, I walk over to one of the windows and look outside to see if the mist has cleared.
The mists are still there.
I shall begin to make my climb.
Mist is still there.
As Jace walks upstairs, he reaches a landing, the second floor, a grand room. It is 15 feet deep from north to south and 15 feet wide from west to east. There are 4 suits of plate armor. They seem to be decorative, and they have a spear. Each one has a spear in its right hand. There is a similar fireplace to the ones that you have encountered so far in the center of the north wall, and above it, there is a portrait mounted showing the image of a man and a woman, black hair, aquiline features, sharp noses, but grayish rings around their eyes. And they are with 2 children. They are obviously Rose and Thorn that you met outside. And the woman is holding what appears to be a baby, but it is completely wrapped up. The woman is looking at the baby with a look of scorn. There are 2 sets of double doors, one set on the east wall, another set on the west wall. And you notice that the staircase continues upwards to the 3rd floor. But you are now standing in this landing of the 2nd floor.
You guys want to open up this second floor and see everything we can? And
We should be thorough. We have already been.
this is a new floor we can
Yes.
explore.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Investigate further.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna check the doors and see what's beyond them.
I'll stay with Dwight.
I find this peculiar. Why would they get a portrait and not make themselves look so melancholy and sad? Who would have a portrait painted this way?
This is a dark place.
Dwight notices that there is a set of double doors on the east wall and another set on the west as he decides which one to open.
I contemplate which is closest to my current location.
It is the east set of double doors.
I proceed to the east set of double doors and uh, proceed through cautiously.
The doors are easily opened, and you find a large library. It is 20 feet wide from north to south and 15 feet deep from west to east. There is another fireplace in the center of the north wall. In the northeast and northwest corners, you find two overstuffed chairs. Near the east wall, you see three windows on the east wall, and near such a wall, you see a desk with various objects and a chair in front of that desk. The desk seems to be large enough to betray the presence of a drawer on the other side. You see that the southeast section of this library is partially hidden by shelves of books.
We'll peruse the books.
I'm going to proceed to the desk and place the lantern on the desk so that it illuminates everything in that area.
In a very peculiar way, Dwight seems to continue talking to Jace and notices that, in fact, there is a drawer in this desk. The objects on top seem to be a letter writing kit with a wax seal. The seal has a windmill on it. Jace notices that the books are quite common. The subjects, the themes are basic education things. There is something peculiar. Jace, roll wisdom perception.
Eight.
It was probably nothing.
Nothing interesting here. What have you found, Dwight?
I found a letter writing kit, and I'm not sure, but I think it's the same seal kit that made this envelope. And I pulled the envelope out from my robes, and
You notice-
I tried to compare it.
You notice that the seals are different. The ones on your envelope have a draconic looking raven in front of a shield. This
Okay.
wax
We
seal
saw
is a
those.
windmill.
We saw those on
Okay.
your shield, I believe.
Yeah, okay, I misremembered, but it is the same red wax. It's just a different seal. But it is odd.
Perhaps two different families
I
linked
began
together.
moving the papers on the desk, looking for perhaps a journal. Out the drawers.
As you open the drawer, Marcus finds a metal key.
You think if I grab it, it's going to turn to dust like that flatware?
Only
Try it
one way to
anyways.
find out.
As you
reach
touch
down.
it,
And grab it.
the key remains intact.
Huh?
Okay.
Very interesting.
It is. I peruse the other drawers and open them up.
I
seeing
will-
what I can see.
I will go back into the landing and light the other fireplace.
Jace easily accomplishes that. And there is nothing else inside of the drawers.
Okay. I'm going to proceed through the. I'm going to take the lantern with me away from the desk. And I'm going to check through the bookcases and see if I can find anything else interesting. Making sure
Roll,
everything well lit.
roll intelligence with investigation with a disadvantage.
Yes.
You need any help with those fireplaces, Jace?
No, I have it under control. Perhaps we should start looking into the other doors, though.
Agreed.
9.
Which was the result?
6 plus 3 is 9.
You don't find anything.
Marcus,
Proceed back to where they're lighting the fireplace. I couldn't find anything else in the library. Let's check the west wall doors.
and so we shall. I'll open the doors.
You open the doors, and what seems to be a music room is revealed. It is quite large. It is 30 feet wide from north to south, and 20 feet deep from west to east. There are chairs spread all around the room. In the northwest, there is a harpsichord, a normal looking instrument. In the south, there is a harp almost the size of an average height human. At the center of the south wall, there is a fireplace, and there are some elegantly dressed figurines on top of the fireplace. There are 3 windows on the west wall. They are covered with drapes.
I'll stroke the harpsichord, the strings.
Nothing seems to happen.
Well, let's
walk
look at this fireplace as well while we're here.
I walk over to the figurines and examine them to see if they look like the family or what they appear to be, the small figurines over the fireplace.
Dwight easily accomplishes that, and as Marcus examines the figurines, he notices that they are actually skeletons dressed in elegant clothes.
Very macabre decorations in this building.
What have you found?
Well,
Are you talking to me,
now-
Jace, or Dwight?
Either one of you.
Well, we're both here at the fireplace, and we're looking at what appears to be skeletons in fine
Interesting.
clothing.
I'm going to walk up to these skeletons and squeeze the head just to see what it is.
It is fragile porcelain and it breaks apart.
I don't think this is bone. Just a normal doll.
Yes, but such macabre decor. Like, who would decorate in this manner?
This whole place is dark and dreary.
Indeed, it is. But at least we're getting it lit up, which is certainly feeling like progress.
I fear we must keep the mist at bay, and the fireplace is our best bet. But there is another story. We should head up there.
Yes. I believe we've gotten this level as investigated as we can.
You lead the way, Jace. You're better armored than me. I'll follow right behind you.
Of course, I shall lead.
As Jace steps back into the landing, he feels this draft, this bone-chilling draft coming from above for a moment. And Jace also notices that there is another door located in the southeast section of this landing. Jace is not exactly sure if that was there before.
I have a chill, and I've seen a new door. We should be very thorough and check that first.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we had already checked all the doors on this level.
They just appear out of nowhere.
Yes, this is
It's highly unusual.
yeah, it's disconcerting. It really is.
And so I shall lead them to the next door.
You see that this door is actually almost open, as if left slightly ajar. As you open it, an austere, humble-looking bedroom is revealed. It is 15 feet deep from west to east, 10 feet wide from north to south. In the north wall, there is another door, and In the northeast and southeast corners, there is a bed in each corner. At the foot of each bed, there is a foot locker, a wooden foot locker. And in the southwest corner, you find the dumb waiter chute, the same section from below.
Okay.
Interesting.
Should
I'm
probably
gonna go.
check. I'll walk over to one of the foot lockers, examine it to see if my key that I just found works in here.
I'm going to the elevator to check to see if my candle is still there.
I'm going to just watch them do their thing and illuminate the room as best I can with my lantern so that each of them have good light.
Dwight continues to express what he's going to do in general, while Jace spots definitely this dumb waiter connects to the dumb waiter chute below, and Marcus notices that both food lockers are open and empty.
Interesting. Did you find anything, Marcus?
They appear to be empty, but let me double check. Sometimes there's a false bottom. Let me look a little better.
Oh, I extinguished my candle and put it back into my sash.
I begin to look to see if there's a false bottom.
There seems to be nothing of the sort.
I'm pretty positive there's nothing here.
Wilt, we have 2 more doors, correct? Which one shall we take?
Let's take the one on the north wall first.
You notice that there is only a single closed door in the north.
We will approach it.
The door is closed, apparently.
I opened it.
As you open it, another small closet, 5 feet by 5 feet in size, but this one has neat, pristine-looking servants' uniforms hanging from hooks, very different from the one below.
I'll just peruse the clothes, see if there's anything elegant that I could wear, perhaps.
You find nothing unusual about them. They are mostly the uniform of maids.
Nothing interesting here.
Okay. Well, I guess we have one more floor up to go.
I feel as if we've missed the door.
It's just the one door here and the one upstairs, and the stairs going up. Just trying to understand why the dumb waiter would lead to what appears to be a servant room.
I feel foolish. I feel as if this is a normal house and we are just checking closets. We should progress till we find something substantial. And with that, I will take charge up the staircase.
I follow with my lantern.
We will ascend the staircase.
As you continue upwards, you notice that things start to look more and more worn, older, dustier. There are cobwebs. You finally reach the upper landing. This is obviously the 3rd floor. This room is slightly smaller compared to the other landings below you. It is 15 feet wide from west to east, 10 feet deep from north to south. In the northwest section, there is a door on the north wall, another wooden door on the west wall. In the northeast, there seems to be an entrance to a corridor leading northwards. What is remarkable of this landing is that located near the north wall stands a suit of plate mail, imposing. Compared to the ones below, this suit of plate mail is regal, and it looks usable. The helmet is shaped like the head of a wolf. Flanking this suit of plate mail, standing there, are 2 oil lanterns. The lamps, they are unlit.
Watch closely as I light these 2 lanterns to illuminate this room. I fear something might animate or something, and I proceed to do just that.
As Dwight approaches the suit of plate mail, it animates with a jerky motion. Roll initiative. Dwight, give me your result.
18, 17 plus 1.
Jace,
4.
Marcus.
17.
Dwight can act first.
I recoil as it animates and drop the lantern and notch a arrow and try to shoot it in the face with an arrow.
Make your attack roll with disadvantage.
$15.
Your arrow bounces off of it harmlessly.
Ding.
Now Marcus stands before the enemy.
I walk back toward the staircase to give myself room, and I'll blast it. A blue energy begins to form on my left hand, and I blast the creature. 16.
It bounces off the suit of armor.
It's not good.
And
Not good.
now it approaches Dwight and attacks him, swinging its massive arms twice. That's an 18
Connects.
and a 10.
Fails. 1 success, 1 fail.
The arm of the animated suit grazes Dwight and inflicts 3 points of damage. Now Jace can act.
I snap my fingers and cast Sacred Flame on him. Target must succeed on a dexterity throw.
It fails. Roll damage.
Take 6 damage.
The suit of armor is clearly affected by this spell, but it can still keep on going. Now Dwight is ready to act once more.
I disengage and move back to get out of its direct reach. And I notch another arrow and I try to shoot it once again.
Dwight does that, but he requires more time in order for his attack to work. Marcus is ready to attack.
Didn't work. My hands again fill with energy, and once again I try to Eldritch Blast this creature. 15.
It is once again useless. Just bounces off. The creature
It's not
approaches
good.
and takes a couple of swings at Jace.
As it does, I blast with Warding Flare to give it a disadvantage on the attack roll as a reaction.
Both of the attacks miss. The creature swings clumsily and misses its mark. Now Jace stands before this creature.
I burn it again with Sacred Flame. Dexterity saving throw.
20.
Just fine.
It is unaffected. And now Dwight has his chance to fire his arrow. Roll with disadvantage.
9.
The arrow bounces off harmlessly, and Marcus stands before the creature.
I grab him and attempt to throw him down the staircase.
Make a strength check.
8.
Marcus is thrown down the staircase instead. You take 3 points of damage. The creature once again swings at Jace. 2 blows. 7 and 14.
My shield blocks both of the incomings.
Jace notices that the creature is off balance. He can now attack.
One last time, Sacred Flame with a snap of my fingers.
11.
Two points of damage.
The creature, almost organically so, crumbles into pieces. The animated armor seems to be made of a combination of metal and organic matter, and it crumbles completely. It is obviously defeated.
Marcus, are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Did you take any damage?
A bit. I'm on my way back up.
Do you want to rest for 10 minutes?
I say we check one of those 2 doors or the corridor. I want to get out of this place, to be honest with you.
Pressing forward it is.
Do you need your ailments cured, Marcus? How injured are you? Do you feel?
I think I'm okay for now.
Okay. Check to make sure the animated armor is kaput before we move on.
It is completely wrecked by your estimation. You now see once again a door on the west wall, a door on the north, and some sort of hallway leading to the northeast. What was that? Dwight, roll intelligence investigation. With disadvantage.
That armor was next to the door. Perhaps we should check the door where that animated
11.
plate was.
I agree with that assessment, Marcus.
8 plus 3 is 11.
Apparently nothing of the sorts.
Marcus, your idea, I think, was great.
I follow their lead.
I'll push the door to the north that the animated armor was adjacent to and open it.
You reveal what appears to be a storeroom of sorts. It is 10 feet deep from north to south, 5 feet wide from west to east. It is filled with shelves and drawers. Some sheets are pouring out of those shelves and drawers. And in the northeast corner, there is a broom covered in cobwebs.
Another storage room. I'm going to crack open one of these boxes.
It is filled with soap, bars of soap.
This is potentially disturbing, but perhaps we should just move on from this.
What'd you find there, Jace?
Just soap.
Does it smell good?
It didn't smell of anything.
Smells of nothing. The only thing in here is a broom. If you would like to start cleaning the house, I'll grab the broom.
As soon as you grab it, make a dexterity saving throw.
Good.
19.
You immediately let go of the broom just in time as it was about to stab itself into your head. Roll initiative. Dwight, what is your roll?
16.
Jace.
4.
Marcus.
A 16 as well.
I rolled 15 plus 1. What did you roll?
13 plus 3.
You go first.
Marcus has the chance to act.
I draw my short sword and swing at it. I swing, trying to attempt to cut it, to chop it down.
Make your attack roll.
20 altogether.
It is make your damage roll.
5 damage.
You easily cut down the broom. It seems to be destroyed completely.
That was a close one. Thank you, Marcus.
There's only the corridor or the other door.
Many traps here. Many dangers.
You now stand before the landing. There is a door on the west wall and a corridor in the northeast.
I say we check the door first and then the corridor last.
Of course. We'll be thorough. I'll check the door first.
You open it easily, and it reveals a large bedroom. It is 20 feet wide from north to south and 15 feet deep from west to east. There is a queen-sized bed near the west wall. In the south, at the center of the wall, another fireplace. There is a large mirror just in front of this bed. And in the north wall, there are 2 doors. A door decorated with what appears to be small bears, unicorns, like a child's room, leading to the north, and a set of double doors that are windowed. They have large windows. They seem to lead into a balcony.
Excellent. More doors in a fireplace. Which one should we choose first?
I think we should light the fireplace. It seemed to work well before on the first floor.
Yes, let's get this fireplace lit. It seems to help.
We'll leave that to Dwight. And I will peek through the next doors.
The children? What appears to be the children's room or the
Yes.
balcony? Yeah, I say the children's room, yes, I agree.
As Jace approaches the children's room, in the middle of the room, a skeletically thin woman manifests itself, corpse-like, semi-transparent, and it looks at Jace with anger and wrath. It seems to be screaming, but no sound comes out. Roll initiative. Dwight, what is your result?
5 plus 1 is 6.
Jace.
19.
Marcus.
11.
Before any one of you can react, the spectre launches itself at Jace, trying to rip out Jace's throat. $15.
I rear back and pull my shield up just in time.
The Spectre misses its attack. Now, Jace connects.
From underneath my shield, I snap my fingers on a sacred flame. Catches the spirit ablaze.
Eight.
Takes 1 damage.
It just barely manages to injure it in some way. Now, Marcus connects.
My hand once again fills with blue and white energy, and I blast it.
Make your roll.
8.
The Spectre dodges away in time. Now, Dwight has the chance to act.
I notch an arrow and let it loose. Ooh, nice.
Make your roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. 14. The other one was going to be a 21.
It is a hit. Now roll your damage.
Oh, nice. That'll be 7 points of damage.
You notice that the arrows are not exactly effective. Only partial damage was taken by the entity. And now the Spectre looks with madness towards Dwight and moves exactly through Jace as if he were not there, and tries to claw at Dwight. 19.
Very easily hits me.
Horribly so, Dwight starts to feel as if his soul is being ripped apart. He takes 3 points of damage, but now Dwight must make a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. What is the result?
8. 7 plus 1.
Dwight falls unconscious to the ground. He has 0 hit points. But now, Jace can act.
As he falls to the ground, I know he'll be out of my way, and I cast Burning Hands into the Spectre. Requires a dexterity saving throw.
Nine.
It's 9 points of damage.
The Spectre completely dissolves into nothingness.
I quickly check on Dwight.
He seems to be about to die.
I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Make your roll. Now Dwight
7 damage, or 7.
Dwight recovers 7 hit points and is conscious once again.
Dwight, are you with us?
Oh, wow. That wasn't fun.
Never is, I can assure you.
I'll extend my hand out to help Dwight stand up. Come on, Dwight.
All right. I appreciate that.
Of course. We'll both help him.
I regain my composure and make sure I have steady feet underneath me. How do I feel?
You feel fine, but you have noticed that the weariness you have been experiencing so far perhaps could go away with a bit of rest, perhaps.
Yes, we need to clear out this building so that we can take a nice long rest.
I fear if we travel any further into this building, we may die without rest. For you. Do you think it would be safe in one of these rooms with a fireplace lit for a few hours?
Okay. We can certainly take a 4-hour rest.
You just want to
Mark,
rest for a short period of time, or do you want to rest for the night, call it a day?
I'll leave it to you two. Dwight is badly injured, but
That's up to Dwight. Jace, you never managed to open that door, right? That thing
No.
popped out before you could. I can open it from here. I don't have to approach it.
perhaps one last door. Press our luck.
As you open the door, you reveal what seems to be a nursery. It has no windows. It is 10 by 10 feet in size. Near the north wall, there seems to be a crib, and it is enshrouded with some sort of black curtain. You cannot see inside the crib. You can only tell the shape of it.
I cast Mage Hand,
So
and I send it forward to open up those drapes around the crib from a safe distance.
As you accomplish just that, a crib is revealed, and within the crib, there is to be some sort of. It's the shape of a baby, perhaps, but you cannot tell. It is completely wrapped in with a blanket.
I use the Mage Hand to see if I can unravel the blankets carefully.
As you do that, there is nothing inside, as if it was just air, just a blanket on top of it. You remember that the children outside were looking for their baby brother as well, but there is nothing here.
I feel this house is a trap.
I am certain of it. That's why I'd want to get this over with sooner rather than later.
Do you feel well enough to continue?
I do. I feel like I'm at nearly 100%.
Marcus?
I say we continue. I want to leave this place. Maybe I should check under this bed, make sure there's nothing hidden below it.
Be
me a
careful of
moment.
monsters. Be careful of monsters.
Perhaps I should. I begin to cast Mage Hand and begin to move like the duvet out of the way to see if I can see under. From a distance, look under the bed to see if there's anything there.
There seems to be nothing under the bed, but everyone make wisdom perception rolls. Dwight, which is your result? What's your result?
19.
Dwight easily spots that the mirror in front of the bed seems to be separated from the wall in a very strange way, almost as if it is attached to the wall, but there is a separation.
I point this out. Hey guys, look, that mirror is cocked really weird. I'm going to use my Mage Hand and see if I can pull it off of the wall. Stand ready in case something weird happens when I
Place
do.
my shield in front of my face.
You reveal a secret passageway, a set of stairs that leads upwards. They are dusty and filled with cobwebs.
I pick up my lantern with my mage hand, and I send the lantern forward up those stairs to illuminate what's up there and see what I can see from the base of the stairs.
They seem to be safe enough. Wooden steps, and they keep on going upwards. There is a turn towards the east, but going up.
I will take lead once more and begin to ascend the stairs.
I follow Jace.
I follow behind Marcus.
You finally reach what seems to be the fourth floor, and Jace stands before a single wooden door. The cold draft is coming from this direction. The door is closed.
Dwight, are you sure you're up to this? I just have a bad feeling about this. If you need to rest, perhaps we should. I'm okay, but I feel we should all be at full strength before we proceed.
I feel really good.
Do you feel exhausted at all anymore?
A little bit, but not enough to dissuade me from completing the task at hand.
I will turn the doorknob very slowly.
This is obviously the attic. Before you is this large attic. The shape is quite strange. It is about 20 feet wide from west to east and 10 feet deep from south to north. There is a small window located in the east wall, and 10 feet northwards from that window, there is a door with a padlock on it. There is a hallway further 10 feet north, and on the east side of that hallway, there is a door. On the west side, there is another door. And in this same section where you are standing in, there is a door to the west that continues on.
Marcus, do you see this padlock?
Yes, I was thinking I should try the key. This has to be the spot. I walk over to the door with the padlock. I'll listen at the door first before I open it.
I will stand next to him with my shield at the ready.
I'll notch an arrow.
Marcus hears nothing.
I'll take out the key and try it on the padlock.
It's a perfect fit. You can open the door.
I unlock it, step back, and with mage hand, I'll open the door.
As you open the door,
Shield.
As you open the door, a 15 feet by 15 feet room is revealed. In the center of the room, there are two small skeletons, the size of children skeletons. And in the southeast and northeast, there are small beds. In the south, there is a small chest. And in the north, there is a dollhouse.
Why would people lock their small children in their bedroom like this? This makes
Why would
no
it-
sense.
Why would they live in a place with mist constantly?
This
Strange land,
You all
strange people.
also notice that the window in the east is completely bricked up, as if someone wanted to seal the window.
this
Almost.
is
I will approach the chest and give it a kick.
It seems to be a chest to store children's toys. It is decorated with rainbows and flowers.
The brightest spot in this whole house.
I approach the skeletons in the center of the room, see if they were dressed in the same clothing that Rose and Thorn were dressed in.
You notice that there is a piece of tattered clothes. If there were clothes at all, they were removed. But it certainly is the same fabric.
I noticed this window that has bricked up. I'm gonna go check that.
It has been hastily sealed, but it has done its work of sealing off anyone inside.
Does anybody have a tool to open this with? Seems like we
In
can
my
crack
cart,
this
I
up.
have a crowbar and hammer, but I left those outside, and I
Yes.
fear we cannot get back to them.
Let me double check my backpack. I think I might have.
I'm afraid I left all my things at the entrance as well. But I cannot carry.
I don't have a hammer, but in my backpack I have a crowbar.
Is it on you?
It's in my backpack. I'll
Okay.
begin looking through my backpack and hand Jace the crowbar.
We'll take the crowbar, start cracking the window open. If I can.
It is easy enough for you to do so. And a normal looking window is revealed.
I walk
It's
over to
still misty.
the dollhouse and look.
As soon as Marcus approaches the dollhouse, you hear, "Don't touch that!" And then the two children, Rose and Thorn, manifest themselves just above their skeletons. And Rose says, "Who are you people?"
I kneel down to one knee. It's Marcus. We talked to you outside. You're Rose and Thorn. You said your brother needed help. That's why we're here.
The child ghost pulls on his sister's sleeve and says, "I don't know them, but why do they know our names? We haven't met you before, sir."
We met you a couple of hours ago.
The children look at each other, confused, and Rose says, "That was not us. I don't know what that was, but it definitely was not us."
I will
What's your
approach it.
baby brother's name?
"This is Thorn, and my baby brother is John."
Do you know where John is supposed to be?
"No."
Where are your parents?
"They locked us in here. They said it would be for our protection."
You're free now. The window is no longer closed.
The door is open. The fireplaces are lit.
The ghosts approach the window, and they cannot leave the place. They approach the door, and they cannot get out, almost as if some sort of field is keeping them inside. They look at you, dejected, sad.
Children, what do you wish? Do you wish to leave this house?
"We want to live, but we cannot do it. We don't want to be alone.
Where would you like to go?
Please, let us go with you. Let us possess you. We can probably leave this room if you let us possess you."
Perhaps not. Perhaps I could carry your remains to
"But
a
we are
resting
going to be
place.
left all alone here."
No. We'll find your parents and your baby brother.
I will see that your remains are put to rest properly.
Why were you worried about your dollhouse? I just wanted to see what kind of toys were in there.
Well, but don't take too long.
Well, let me take a look. I walk
It's
over to the
because-
dollhouse, kneel down. It's because what?
That dollhouse, as you can see, it looks exactly like this house. As you look at the dollhouse, you notice that it is an exact replica of the house you have been moving through. And you notice that there are secret doors. The secret doors that you have revealed are there. You also notice a secret door in the library section, just in the southeast of the library. And you notice a secret door in a room you have yet to explore in this 4th floor. This room you can easily identify. It is located in the northeast section of a room that you have yet to see.
That is very interesting. I'm going to push the house very slightly to see if it shakes the entire house that we're in.
The dollhouse is moved, but it looks nothing happens of noteworthy. It is
Okay.
a toy dollhouse. That's it.
I'm glad it didn't work, Jace.
Me too.
I memorized the layout of the dollhouse so that I have better bearings in this building.
Excellent. I think we must leave these children and find the secret room that is here.
We'll be back. We promise. We'll try to get you out of here.
And watch out for
Look-
monsters, children.
I'm gonna look at that dollhouse to see if that northeast section of this floor with the secret door is that corridor in the room just outside of here.
The children suddenly vanish.
I believe there's a communication error.
I
A crystal
believe-
spear here.
Oh well, let's check that lost secret door here on this floor before we head down to the library.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I will follow you, Marcus.
Well,
Following the layout indicated by the dollhouse, you easily go into the north corridor. You go through the west door, and you find this huge room, 20 feet deep from west to east, 15 feet wide from north to south. It is filled with furniture covered with dusty mantles, blankets, clothes. It is a complete mess. And in the northeast, surely you can see the indentation to open the secret door.
Once again, with my mage hand, I'll push that area where the secret door is to see if I can push it.
Abraham?
I think there's a.
You can easily open it,
There we go.
and a set of dusty stairs is revealed, leading downwards. A secret staircase, spiral staircase. And this is the end of the game. We're going to end it here. Two reasons: because you have reached a milestone, and for some reason the communication started to fail. Definitely.
Yeah.
But this is
Yes,
out of character. We are now out of character.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it was
just a
messing
little-
up there for a while at the end there. It was messing up a lot.
I wasn't sure if you were frozen or thinking. But I was like, no, he's frozen, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
like
it's,
the
it was
frozen,
very
yeah.
weird, but it seems to be okay now. But we have reached the milestone. You did get the information about the secret door, the staircase, right?
Yes.
Yes, we got
Yeah,
the spiral
okay.
staircase goes down. Yeah.
So well,
So I was gonna say I was gonna say I was wrong. We were in the
Okay.
first floor. I said going up. We're not gonna go back down, but I was wrong.
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
sometimes you got to proceed through the maze in the chosen direction.
There you go. Here's my problem. If there's a door, I'm gonna open it. You know.
Yeah,
That's you got me. Don't put a door in front of me unless you want me to open it. I'll check
Yeah.
them all.
it was very nice meeting
You're
you
actually
guys.
going up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You too, man.
You're actually going up a level because of the milestone. I will tell you the information in the Discord.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
what do you think about the session? Did you like it?
Yeah,
Well, it's my first time playing for real. So
yeah.
It was fun. I was just quiet at first, just because my background when I went into a noble's home, so I just felt like my character would feel very awkward and I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Just based on my background, like, yeah.
And
But
I haven't played for a long time, and so I'm a little rusty on, controlling my character.
On the roleplay, definitely, because you took some very good actions, but sometimes you were like, I wanna, and now it's, I walk through, I open this, so I had to go kind of like patch it up, like, oh, as he was thinking out loud, because, yeah.
I messed up a couple of the rolls, but I think I got it there in the middle there. I might have advantaged myself on accident, but it wasn't anything crazy.
The battles were pretty cool.
I read that wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that dice roller. That's cool though. I'm gonna have to look at that.
That's
cool.
Sophie's dice.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my bad, Abe. For proficiency, I thought was advantage if you roll twice, but it's just you just add the number.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Said first time playing.
Yeah. Also, the inspiration that you gave us, what does that do? I don't know what that does.
You didn't read the player's handbook? No.
You can re-roll.
I've read the entire 3.5 player's handbook, but I haven't really read the entire 5th edition one beyond making my character.
No, yeah, you need to check out the 5th edition handbook, because the inspiration allows you to roll with advantage. That's the thing about inspiration.
But
So you had this point of inspiration.
You can
And you also had
use it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You
was
can
gonna add-
use it when you make your attack roll to have advantage in your roll.
Okay.
And you also had the hero points that you didn't use, but I think you did fine without them. You did perfect with the fits.
I wish I
Yes,
would have
but
did
that was-
more. You said something about we could role play and get bonuses. I felt like I was trying to tap into that, but I wasn't quite there. Like when they attacked me, I would try to do something.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say, right?
I applied some
Okay.
bonuses when you described the way that
Oh,
you dodge.
okay.
Okay. And yes,
I like
so
that.
when you get attacked by an enemy, you can describe how you try to avoid or block or whatever.
Okay, I like
It's
that.
going
I
to
like
give
that
you
a
some
lot.
bonuses.
I like that a lot.
And what else? Yeah, and most of the information is in the Discord. All of the how to role play, all of that, this and that.
Yeah.
All of there is right there. So make sure you read it. There were like a couple of things that I thought, Mr. didn't read this part. So, Mr., I would recommend that you go through the roleplay rules section just in case. And definitely read the 5th edition handbook, because there are several things that are different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was...
you have a different style of DM than I'm used to. It's a little awkward, but I enjoyed it. It's
yes,
just
because
it's a little different. That's all. And
Because
yeah,
it's
I
quite
was at
immersive.
7 of 9 hit points, and so I really didn't feel like I was at much risk. And I myself have 2 instances of healing word, but I didn't know how to say that in game.
Yes.
So that's what I was trying to say. Like I was nearly 100%, because everybody knows percentage wise, but I didn't want to use like actual numbers.
This is all about immersion, about being in character, like not pulling you out of the fiction. So the more that you can do, just informing the results of the dice, and not like, oh, I almost got it, or oh, yes, I got a 20, yeah. If you want to celebrate like in character, like got him, or celebrate someone else down. Good shot, old boy. Kind of like that.
I like
And that strengthens the immersion. But once again, thank you, the three of you, for participating. I am going to stop the recording at this moment in a few seconds. Thanks to everyone at home for watching this actual play. I hope you enjoyed it. We are going to continue next Thursday. If the players are available, we'll be continuing at the same day, same hour. So I'm going to stop the recording. And remember, for those watching at home, if you wish to support the channel, the information is in the description. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you. And see you later.
Later.
All right.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I thought Abraham.
Everybody still here? Everybody still here? There he is.
I think it's just the three of us. I